be loved, not for who you think, who you want me to be. What's up, folks? What's going on? And let's get this going. Let's get this rocking and rolling today. Today's Friday. All right. So the TGIF thing is thank God it's Friday again. So just be thankful that you woke up today. And I remember Fridays. Um, I don't think I really had that. I didn't have that. No, actually, no. My bad. I did. At one time, for 2 years, I had a TGIF type of thing where I don't even think they use that slogan anymore. Thank God it's Friday type thing. I think for like 2 years, I worked in a company where we worked 5 days a week, and we got off on Friday, and I was able to hang out with my uncle on Saturdays. We would go to these they were more like festivals, fairs. It was like in 161st Street, Yankee Stadium, and they would have these different cookouts and fairs and stuff like that. And you can buy trinkets and eat food that you haven't eaten in a while. Um, I don't know if you ever heard of Ito food. Ito food is like the Rastafarians would make Ito food. You know, they make it with like coconut and stuff like that. So no meat or nothing like that. So I just remember that smell, and so that brought me back. But um, yeah. So yeah. But other than that, Friday was just another work day. Friday was just another work day. It was I used to work 7 days a week at one time for like 7 years straight. We worked 7 days a week, and then a lot of, but definitely always worked Saturdays. So it was never a TGIF, except for like I said, for those 2 years that I worked in staffing, worked at an office. But I don't know if you have if you are going, if you, a lot of people I'm assuming today have their, they get to have their weekends and stuff, and then you go back to work Monday, and then this guy used to say Monday was the most dreaded day of the week. For some people, they gotta come back to work Monday. It's like, oh, I gotta go to work Monday. I was excited to go to work, man. I was, it's nothing. It's not like it's like some superpower thing. It was just the way it was. Uh, it was just excited to go to work. I was always excited to see my the morning meeting, and see the guys that I work with and stuff like that. So, but for those of you, I'm just happy that I woke up this morning. Man, look, man, I don't take that lightly. Okay, you know, I've been getting up. I saw this thing on YouTube about why does older people get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:45. I swear, man, I don't know what it is, bro. I get up at 3:45 almost every morning. What the hell is going on, man? Damn. Oh, I have to be dead tired for me not to wake up at that time of the day. Okay. Let me move this out the way. I was really pondering this. I got some machines to work on. Somebody know about this? I'm gonna look it up. And let me open the chat. Let me see something. I'm gonna look this up. But I have a feeling that it needs to be loaded in order for it to work. But I don't have the nails on me, and I'm probably gonna have to get it because I don't know if it's actually working. And I would hate to sell this thing, and I don't know if it's working or not. It's like it's kind of lame, you know. I don't want to do that. Um, but I've hold on, refresh this page. Give me a second. Let me go open my chats and stuff and see who I can chat with. Okay. All right. This one. That's one. One's open. And the other one. Okay. Let me start. I have a Electrolux I want to look at. It's spitting dirt out. I want to see what the hell's going on with it. And TGIF. Okay, so I have this riddle that Brianna gave me. Did I say Brianna? Oh God. Sorry, Brianna. Brianne. Um, She's like, Bree. Bree. All right, let me put it in this one. Here's the riddle. Okay. I know what I thought of when I first saw that riddle. Hey, girl. I'm putting your riddle in the. You want to sit this one out? Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, good. I get to see both feeds now, right? I just had to set that up real quick. And then let me see if I have any questions that I haven't thing. So I had put out a post a while back about what's the strangest thing you found while vacuuming, like stuck in your vacuum. And because at that day I found a pencil stuck in a Dyson. And the bottom of the Dyson is like it has a U shape. That particular Dyson, I think it's a DC7. Okay, the DC7, the DC14, and the DC33, I think, they have this little U-shaped thing at the bottom. And I'm like, how the hell did a pencil get up in that thing? Who knows? But the pencil got in there, right? And it was stuck, so it was clogging the thing. So this guy says he found some chicken bones clogged in his Dyson. So I said, dude, I am gonna use that. I'm gonna tell the guys that on the show. He found chicken bones clogged up in his vacuum. So he said he found a shark. It was a shark vacuum in the trash, and it was clogged with chicken bones. Holy cow! Yeah, so I'm gonna put this to the side, man. But this is a what do you call that? A nail gun. And I put the battery in, and I'm like, okay, I have a feeling it has to be, because the battery works, right? It's green, right? And I'm like, it has to be like a safety or something where it's not gonna fire unless it's loaded, right? And I was looking to see if there's a safety clip that I can slide, because I want to make sure it at least goes pop, pop. But yeah. So yeah, so yeah. Obviously, I don't know about this. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It has to be loaded in order for this thing to work. I'm pretty sure. Okay. All right. Let me get on to this thing. So Brian, for our conversation here, right? Let me let you know what a friend of ours. Oh God, is that how my? Is that the visual? That looks horrible. That looks that looks horrible. Okay, so what do we do here? Ay, caramba, man. Yeah, you know what? And it's the same phone I worked on yesterday. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I know, right? Well, look, the other feed is on right now. The other feed is on, and it is crystal clear. It's just that that's the horizontal feed, and yeah, I probably got to shut this down. This is not going to be beneficial because if you're not going to see what the hell is going on. This thing is not good, and it's not even I'm just kind of. I was trying to wait it out to see if it'll get better. It's not getting any better. All right, I know you don't like the other feed. Would you slide over there with me? Would you do that? And then when I know that you're there, I'll just cut this one. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna cut this one over here, and we're on the other feed. So this is what I'll do, just in case someone else saw this video. I'm gonna put the other. I'm gonna put the other feed. I'll put what do you call it? I'll put the. What am I trying to say? I'll put the. I'll put it. I say, join us over here, kind of thing, right? Join us over here. Get shareable link. All right, and let me go in this one, and I'll cut it. Right here you go. Paste. Bam. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna close that. I kept waiting to see if it'll, but it's still not doing it. All right, so I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna close that down. I'm gonna close that one down. All right, let me get the vacuum. I mean, while I'm here, I might as well get the other vacuum. Gosh, man, this sucks. All right, join me on the other feed. Okay. All right, let me bring the vacuum up. Let's bring it to the front of the class. It's an old school Electrolux. All right. Old school Electrolux. So, all right. So Brianne, you're gonna help me. And listen, you can again. I value your opinion, so you can think about this any which way you like. Okay. So I'm talking to a friend of mine. He actually has the same name as me. And the volume is super low. Okay, let me fix it. How's that? How's that? Hold on. Okay, how's that? Oh my gosh, man! I tell you, it's just what it is. You know, it's what it is. It's what it is. All right. So anyway. So let me give this to you. Let me give you the what do you call it? Let me give it a breakdown of our conversation, and you tell me what you think. I want to get your honest opinion because I have my take. Better? Okay, great. Thanks. I have my take on this. Okay. I have my take, and I know where his instincts are, but I don't know how you're gonna do it. So he says, all right. He says, you know all the corruptions and all the stuff that's going on in society is due to we got to put a cap on how much money people can make, right? And he says the evidence is because he was talking about the stuff that's going on in the news and everything else, and he says if people are poor, it doesn't mean that he concedes that doesn't mean that poor people can't do bad things, but they're less likely to be able to. He'll say he's using current affairs, so buy islands and stuff like that, and do things right. And I was like, well. So, okay, I'm not going to give you my take. Give me your take. He says that you got to put a cap on how much money people can make and how large they can get, how powerful they can get, right? Tell me what you think about that. And if you and if you have a different point of view, like I don't know, man, what would you have as a solution? Because he says he's going to cut back on corruption and all this, and is going to cut back on disparities and all this other stuff, and he's going to cut back on people being taken advantage of, and so if everybody's rich, then it will solve all the problems. I'm like, so I'm not going to give you my take. I think you probably already know my take, but let me hear your take. Let me read it up here. Oh my gosh. So we've been going back and forth on this stuff for a while. So since I've known him actually, and it just came back again, we started. He came back again, and he's doing it. All right. So if a vacuum is spitting things out, so I'll wait for you. You know, you could put your thing. How do you determine something like that? Right. Okay, you can't. What do you do to make more than that cap? Right. When you make more than a cap, his idea is to tax it like 90 to 100%, meaning that you don't need more than one home. I said, man, dude, you sound like you sound a lot like the guys in New York, which seem to be like really like oil and water when it comes to New York City. New York City is like a capital, financial capital and all the other stuff and all the businesses and all the entrepreneurs and all that. So I'm like, I don't know how that's going to happen. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. And I don't know, man. I don't know how you do things like that without becoming a totalitarian type of place. How do you just tell people that? I said, so I use a sports analogy. Oh, wow, there's a guy coming. You think about that for a second. And let me talk to the gentleman here. Hey!
What's up?
How's it going?
All right.
Give me 1 second. Let me grab this phone.
Yeah.
Monroe, Vacs, I can help you. Hi! How are you? Okay. Yeah. Yes, I am. Okay, great. I'll see you. You're welcome. How's it going?
All right. Have you got any parts for those, what do you call them, robot vacuums? Like
Which one?
Like the brushes? Like
Which robot? Because all the brushes are different sizes, different fittings.
Oh, really?
They have
it's one of the original.
Yeah, they're all different. You know, like I think I had a robot somewhere.
The
Right
brushes
here.
the long brushes that swerve around the outside.
Oh, you mean those brushes?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Here. This one should fit you. A lot of them are universal. You mean like these, right?
No, that ain't it.
No?
It's a long, skinny brush. They're kind of go.
Well, you say it's from the outside.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
It's
Yeah. They a lot of them. This is kind of universal with these, but
Yeah, it's
a
like
lot of-
this one only. It screws on.
right. A lot of them are they fit different.
Yeah.
Meaning the cavity,
Oh,
that little hex right there.
yeah.
But this will do a good job too. I'll just pass this on to you and have you try it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I'll
Give
try
that a
it.
shot.
Yeah, I'll see if it works.
Yeah, see if it works. Because the idea is just to spin around.
Right.
Whether it's 3 or
Try to
10 is
pick up
fine.
the brush or sweep it under.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see if it fits.
Well, I'll bring it back today. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I still got my Kirby.
You still got your Kirby, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, can't get rid of it.
You been okay?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. All right.
good. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
If this don't work, I'll try to bring the name of it back.
Yeah. It's probably if you can bring it back and so we can get a better look at it.
All right, thanks.
All right, man. Talking about these little things here. So, Brian, let me see. Where are you? Yeah, that's what people who make tons of money want to do. Pay more tax. It won't cost more corruption at all. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how you do. I don't know if people really think these thoughts through. I don't know if people really think them through. But anyway, we kind of repeat things. I say the best we can do is, you try to get corruption out of the government and stuff like that. That's the best you can attempt to do. But to stop people from trying to achieve things, I don't know how you're going to keep your country in a competitive state and individuals inspire them to want to be more. I think people forget also that I'm trying to see what would cause this thing to be spitting out stuff. They forget there's also a sales pitch being done. You know, like countries, they want talent, they want tourism. Countries want other people to bring money into their country. So there is a sales pitch done about the opportunity that lies here, you know. Then other guys say, hey, you can hide your money here. You know, bring your money to us. You know, we don't have these things. So I don't think people realize it's a lot of selling being done about the market, right? We look at it like a village, you know, like, hey, I'm living here, you know, that's my society and one of our schools and all that. But all of that is have you ever seen governors give sales pitch about their state? They actually try to sell people on moving to their state because they're trying to. It's like they're sales managers. I swear, I just look at things from that point of view. It's like they're trying to, or even team managers or whatever, and they're trying to recruit the best for their team. They're trying to get the best businesses to come to their state. So they want to have taxes that will inspire people and incentivize people to come to there and bring the economy back to them, right? So the same thing goes with countries, right? And just like companies, just like schools, right? Hey, you come to our school, you know, we have this program, and we got this athletic program, and we have this stuff, and the whole deal. So you eliminate that incentive structure, something breaks. And I don't think a lot of us think it through what breaks. Let me try to drop something in here. You know, and who's taking the money? Who's gonna check the guy that takes the money, right? The system has to be set up the way our system is set up. I'll be honest. As bad as people think it is, it's set up in a way to kind of almost balance the scale a little bit. You know, doesn't mean it eliminates corruption, but which country out there doesn't have corruption? I'm dropping this thing through. I'm trying to see if this guy comes. Let's see what happens. No, it comes all the way through, so this is good. This is good. This is good. May have to clean this out a little bit. Let's turn it on. Let's feel a suction on this thing. Maybe that's what the problem is. All right. Let's feel a suction. All right. Because they said it's spitting things out, spitting out stuff, and I was like, all right, maybe it's clogged. My brain just says, all right, maybe it's just clogged down here, you know. But maybe it could be something else. So let me see. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, so I don't know how you do that without becoming some place that you really wouldn't want to live, you know? As bad as you think you have it, you know what I mean? All right, let me hook up this hose. The buttons to turn power on is up inside this handle here. All right, let's see what we got. Whoa. Maybe we got more. Hold on. Let me put in a different one. Maybe we have a different problem. Maybe we have a totally different problem. All right, so you see this green light? See that green light there? All right. It's reading. Let me see. That it's supposed to have electricity, but nothing's coming through. All right. Now, it could be this. This could be a sign, right? Would you agree? Would you agree that this is probably a sign? You know, it's probably a sign. All right. So we're getting something. but we're not getting everything. All right. Let me do one more check. All right. We don't have any safeties, right? Do we have any safety in this guy? No, this one doesn't come with that kind of safety. All right. Okay. All right. Well, the next thing is I'm going to take off this tape. I'm going to take off this tape to see if there's what the deal is, all right? Okay, let me see. Yeah, I generally hope that some of the things I hear people say are just unfinished thoughts. Because if these things are said wholeheartedly, we're so screwed. Yeah. Oh man. Listen, I just watched an interview with this writer, philosopher, professor, Thomas Sowell. He's like 90 something years old, and he gave a quote. I really want to read the quote properly, to be honest with you, but it was from Frederick Douglass, and he was talking about colleges and why DEI programs are just not good. It's not. They were saying. He said. I guess some lawsuits had went out for some Harvard, some of the colleges. I think he went to Harvard, and then he said it's not good. It's not. Yep, it wasn't good at the time when it was happening. It wasn't good for the white and Asian students. But he says, but it's also not good for the black students. And I agree with his premise. I really do. I agree with what the reason why it's not good, right? And but then he used the quote. And I wanna get that quote right. I don't wanna butcher the quote, man. Golly, let me see if I can find that quote. Let me see if I can find the quote, man, because I want to say it right. Hold on. And okay, I want to say the quote right. I really do, but because let me see if I can. Far back. Would they let me scroll? I think, nope, that's not the one. You know when you try to scroll back on YouTube to see the screen, to see something? Come on. Almost got it. Anyone follows public policy issues? No, that's not the one. Come on, man. I want to give you the right quote. It's a great quote. It's actually a great quote. I like the quote. Here it is. Found it. Okay. All right. How do you go back? 10 seconds? Like, can you go back?
Let him fall also. Close.
All right. Okay. Oh my God. Here we go. Let me see if you can hear it. Right? No, you don't even have to hear it. Okay, so everybody has asked the question, what shall be done of the Negro? Right? Because that's the Negro, right? He says nothing. Don't do nothing. He says don't do nothing. There's nothing to be done, right? Because, oh my God, man, how did I lose it again? Okay, he said if the apple will not remain on the tree of its own strength, right? If there are worms eaten or at the core, if they are early ripe and disposed of or they fall, let them fall. He said, I'm not for trying to fasten them to the tree in any way. If the Negro cannot stand on his own legs, let him fall also. And the guy says, today people would listen to that. And obviously they wouldn't like the word Negro, right? But people would listen to that and they would assume racist. Oh no, but this was said by Frederick Douglass, who was a slave, and then he escaped and he educated himself and became a writer and a speaker, etc. Guys, I may be interrupted in a second. Give me a second.
And it's still functioning. Yeah, it says shiny on it.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
For coffee, and I said, "Will you come with me to pick up my?"
Oh my gosh, yes.
This
No, I'm
is
glad
it?
you're
Yeah.
here. This is it.
And it still works.
still works from all these years. So you see, it looks great, right?
Yeah.
It's hidden.
Thank you.
How's that?
It's barely. Yeah, I like the security.
And you see, I
Yeah.
put something different here, right? I
Very
added it
nice.
in the shop.
Okay.
Works.
What
Okay.
a hoot.
I know.
I'm Wayne, by the way.
Hi, Wayne. I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Good to
You
meet
might
you.
have
to
another
meet you.
customer here.
Well, yeah,
Welcome.
I saw that you do Kirby's, and I don't think our Kirby has been serviced for the 10 years since we bought it 10
What?
years ago.
Yes. No, I am a Kirby expert, along with Rainbow, of course.
So a tune-up would be $149. Is that what that? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, well, yeah, for a lot of the machines, it all depends on what's needed after that. Sometimes you need,
Right.
brushes
I mean,
and
it's
bags and things of that nature.
seems to be functioning well, but I bet it could function better.
Let me see if I can hear you now. And it all depends on all the things that we have to
And
get
his
for it.
son just went to state track and won the championship.
Oh,
Yes.
congratulations!
Yes, yes, yes,
How
yes, yes,
exciting
yes.
is
See, now you're gonna make me pull out the.
Hey, pull out the photos.
See, you gotta make me
Here's
pull
the
out the video.
photos.
Okay. So the coach was so excited
It was
about
like
it.
Wednesday you went?
Yes,
Mhm.
it was an exciting time. Let me see,
Are you a runner too?
you know, at one time.
Not so much
But
anymore.
I promised the coach I'm gonna run at the turkey run. The turkey try to do every year. This is I'm just showing you the celebration.
Oh, look
But
at that. Oh, that's awesome.
but they were the girls and the boys team won.
Wow.
Yes, they won state champion.
State champions. for
Both of them.
teams.
Yeah, yeah. Just
How
see
exciting.
that. Let's see. I might have. a
Where's he
picture
go to
of him
school?
at the front. Union Academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right down the road here. We still get one of him.
What's his specialty? What race does he do?
There he is, right there. He's all the way in the back. That's him right there. That's
Okay.
little Ethan.
Ethan.
And this was both of them running. This is him right there, little guy.
Oh, he's little.
Well, no, he's big now.
He's not so little anymore.
not anymore. So, but that's them. I was so excited.
That's
And she was
awesome.
nice enough to allow me to.
To go on
Not
and
have to
on.
be at the
Yeah.
store.
There you go.
I'm going on 3 weeks without a vacuum. I'm like, I need to do something.
We got everything we needed, but you're all set, okay? And let me send you. How you like this to be sent? Text, print, email.
Print, I guess.
Right, okay. All right. But that is back in action. I was so excited about it, working on
There was
this.
so much fun
Do
with
you-
it.
Because this is the oldest one I've ever
That's what I
worked
was
on.
going to ask. Is this like the antiquest?
That's it. That's the oldest one I've ever worked on.
There's
I
another. It
looked
looks
in,
like its
he's
brother is right there.
I've had a night. Yeah. I had those. Well, this is what I did. I got the piece I needed
Uh-huh.
for this over
Yeah.
here.
You got it from.
I
them?
had to.
Did you
I
cannibalize
had to
that one?
buy that.
Did you really?
I had
Did
to
you
buy
see
that to
Look,
get
there's
that.
another one right there on the floor.
Oh.
Do you see?
I bought that guy to get that
R2D2.
part I need because they don't sell it anymore.
Aw.
You did.
Yes, I did. This guy had. He said, "My grandfather gave it to me." I said, "Well, I need it. I need that because
Actually, I just
I have
need
need
this
of
part out
it.
of it if you can
Okay,
keep the
I
rest
have
of it.
need of it."
Well, I
But-
got you another customer.
So,
Thank you, thank you.
yep. Because there's a piece here. Right there. Thank you. Nice meeting you. Thank you. All right, guys. You guys said shameless plug, right? I was showing it my kids. I was like, man, you gotta see my son. See my son. That Okay, I was like, man, you gotta know what it is, right? The reason I did that because she was supposed to come on to pick up the her machine, and I was like, listen, I gotta leave, man. And so I said, listen, ma'am, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you exactly what's going on. I'm going to my son's race. I would stay. I would be here, but I missed a lot of races because I had to work. This is his last race, his state competition. I have to go. I'm so sorry. So then I kind of brought her into the situation, and now so that's why I figured let me just show her that I wasn't just blowing smoke, you know. All right, let me find out what's happening here. But yeah, you know, that's what I was talking about earlier. Man, we have to let people have the incentive to want to achieve things, and you're gonna have to step out of the way and stop doing these things because it's gonna hurt people. The more you take away the incentive, and that's why I read that quote about that. So it works with groups of people and it works with individuals altogether. They have to have the incentive. You know, it's I think it's part of the human condition. Where's my glove? Where my gloves at? Let me put this one on, Brienne. Being that I'm messing around with a knife, right? Safety, right, Brie? Where's my other one? Where's my other glove? So I can protect my hands from this knife I have here. Let me use this. I have 2 different gloves, so it'll work. I have 2 different gloves. I want to cut away at this tape real quick so I can get to see this. Let me see what you have put up there because I can't see you. I can't see your notes right now. There you are. Jenny Hope, yeah, it's something to be proud of. Yeah, I am proud. And I'm not, listen, I'm not ashamed of so, no, I'm proud. I don't care. I'll show you what's going on. This is why I'm working my butt off so hard. And I'm not ashamed of it. Teach my boys to fight for what they want, to be problem solvers, be good people, because that goes a long way. You don't have to be anybody's fool to be a good person, though. But be a good person and be stern and be firm. You know, all of those things are still. You can still be all those things and still be fair and still be good. Like, so the coach said, "Hey guys, you know what? You guys can come in a little bit because they stayed out late. You guys can come in a little bit late tomorrow to school." And I told Ethan, I said, "Nah, no, we're not doing that. You're going in regular time, dude. Nope, you're going in regular time, buddy. We're not gonna take that. Thank you." But no thanks. He said, "Yeah, Dad. I still have to do some studying for some stuff anyway. So, yeah, I'm not." I said, "Good, because I wasn't gonna let you stay home and go in late. So, I'm glad you came to that decision on your own. Because I wasn't gonna let you do it, dude. That wasn't gonna happen, man. Now I could be wrong for that, but at least in my mind." That's the right thing. That's the right move. You know, don't take it. Don't take the bait. Like the boss tell you, you don't have to come in. You know, it's like, you know what? Yeah, nah, I'll be in. I'm not taking the bait. Oh man, not taking a bait. Like, you know what? I do get the sentiment that people have, Brianne, about that kind of stuff. I get the sentiment. I get the feeling. You know, I get you don't want corruption. You want everyone to have food. You want everyone to have house. You want everyone to have this. I totally get the sentiment. It's just that I don't think people are thinking through things, you know, a lot of these things. I don't think it's being, they're thinking clearly about the cost of things, the effect of things. I just want to, I'm just double checking this, make sure none of these things are disconnected. Okay, I'm gonna check this board in a second because I want to see. I want to make sure that these things are working. This is my on and off switch. Let me see. So I want to make sure my on and off switch is working for sure, right? And let's take this out of here. Okay. Look at this. So you see the board on this guy? Everybody's talking here. All right. We're telling how much power to use to reduce it down to a certain volt. We're doing all of that stuff. This is our resistor over here. This is another, we have some more resistors here before we get over to these guys. All right. So I'm going to test these guys and make sure they're doing their job. I know it said it's receiving electricity, but it's not sending the signal back to turn the motor on. You know what? Let me try something. Let me see if it's sending the signal forward to the head. If it's sending the signal forward to the head, you know what? The motor could be the problem. Let me try something, all right? Let's try this. Let's see if it sends the signal down to the head, okay? Let's try this. Where's the head? I don't need to put the wand. I can just do the head. I should be able to just do the head. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just make sure these guys are plugged in here. That's what this is for. See this metal? These metal clips. I probably can just put the metal clips in without even hooking it up. I'll be honest with you. Let me do that. I should be able to just insert the metal clips. Damn. Move this out the way. Move this out the way. Move this out the way. And let's do it like that. Let's see if we can just do this. Should be able to. Nah, it's neater if I did it like this. Honestly, it's a lot neater if I do it like this. Okay, because let me just make sure they get inserted. Okay. All right, so it's inserted. Okay, the metal clips are inserted. All right, give me a second, guys. All right, so let me plug this back in, and let's see if the electricity turns the brush on, then we got an issue with the motor. All right, guys, give me a second. Give me a second, guys. All right, Monroe Vacuum. This is Wayne. Hello. Okay, they hung up. All right, let's try it. You ready? Let's try this on. All right, so the green light is here. So electricity is making it to this. If this turns on, then we probably got a problem with the motor. All right, let's go for it. Look at that. Okay. You see how I got to that? You see how I got to that? That's right. If you aren't responsible enough to stay up late, then you aren't responsible enough to show up on time. That's right. Listen, let me tell you what we used to do. When I came to Charlotte first in 1996. We set up a satellite office. And we were party animals, right? We were, it was actually cool. It was like a frat house type of deal because the company had us all, we rented in one place. Like we went to one apartment complex and we all rented. Like it was about maybe 15 of us that moved down here to set up a satellite office, sales office, right? and we all lived in the same apartment complex. We thought it was so cool, right? Had a pool and a tennis court, all that cool stuff. And then we would party like every weekend. We would go to these clubs because we were out of our element. We were out of, some of the guys lived in Queens in New York, some of them lived in the Bronx in New York, and then we're moving into another state, and then we never lived together before, so we were just having a blast, right? But we would stay up late. But man, we had to show up early the next day, so it doesn't matter. We got home at 2:00 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Doesn't matter. We were back at the office 7:30, 8 o'clock. So if we couldn't show up for work early, then no, don't go hanging out late. Okay? So yeah, that was just the way we. There was there weren't even we could not get away with that. All right, it wasn't even a thing. You're gonna go party and all that stuff. You better be functioning the next day. Be at the shop. Don't, because it's not gonna. What's your excuse? Oh man, I'm sorry, man. We were partying, man. No, dude, you lose your job, bro. And I think a lot of kids don't realize they think it's a good excuse. Man, you know what? You can't expect me to be here early. I was up all night. Okay. What were you doing up all night? Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's a motor issue here. It's a motor issue because the current is running all the way through the system, through the motor, all the way down here. Now, I do, let me assume for a second though, before I go to the motor, that let's just say, nah, it's a motor issue. It is. Because you know what this power switch does? First, it gives power to the motor by this first notch. The first notch is power to the motor. The second notch is power to the motor and the brush. Or it's low power and high power. I'm trying to remember how this one worked. But I'm thinking it's power to the motor and then power to the brush. And this is how strong, I believe, the power is. Right? This controls the intensity. But, so if the brush is getting power, the motor is our problem. So I got to replace this motor. Now, the ultimate test for this is I'll take the motor out and I'll hardwire it and give it direct current and see if it can just turn on just like that. And if it can't, then yeah, then that's the problem. So that's where this guy is, all right? So let's move this over to the side for a second. And let's pull something else on the bench, all right? But I'm going to have to open this guy up and take out this motor. That's the deal. Okay, so yeah, let me let's open this. Get out of here! Come on. Yeah, man. Yep. I don't know why these people feel that the old-fashioned way of looking at the world. When I say old-fashioned, I just mean accountability, old school. Teach the kids the right lessons and stuff like that. Just because it's called new doesn't mean it's good. You know, that's new way of parenting or whatever. Just because it's new doesn't mean good, man. Doesn't necessarily mean that those two things don't exactly go together. Doesn't mean just because it's new is good. All right. These things has worked for us for generations, and all of a sudden it's like, well, no, you know, you need to do this, and you have to let him. And I was like, dude, you parent your kid that way. And if you're gonna parent your kid that way, let me make sure I want my kid so, to not listen to you. Don't follow him down the block, Ethan. Don't follow. Let him do whatever he's doing over there. Okay, all right. All right, don't fall down the block. Yeah, let your kids do whatever he wants to do. It's like, man, look. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll put this back into play. Okay, so I see why she put tape over here. Yeah. Well, what's good is that it only tore into the fabric section of it. It didn't tear the, what do you call it? The electrical coil. So it's just the fabric. So it really, the thread here is just losing suction and dust. It's not electrical right at this point. Okay, so that's that. All right. I understand celebrating something that's a big deal, but that opens the door to a lot of issues because I can find a lot of things to celebrate. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Oh yeah, we can. That can just go on, right? That can just go on forever. You know, for infinite. You can always find something to celebrate. And trouble is not gonna be far behind, you know. That's just what it is. Always find a reason to celebrate, man. But yeah, we were young knuckleheads on that thing. But the one thing that the bosses taught us is accountability, and we weren't gonna use that as an excuse, you know. There was no. If you're gonna find a reason, if you're gonna stay out, trust me. Then you're responsible enough to get your butt to work the next day. And I'm glad that they didn't have this kind of lackadaisical way of supervision. Okay. But who, you know what's funny though? Who does it hurt more? Okay, so it goes back. Oh my God, Brianna, it circles right back. It circles right back, right? Who does it hurt more? You know what I'm saying? Because what he said, right? What the guy said in the interview, he says, look, you let people, let's say you have different levels of school. He was talking about that he went to school. This was like 50 years ago, right? At the time, the schools in the South were not as advanced as the school in the North, right? So he said 50 years ago, he went to school and he got into a grade. He wanted to be with the smart kids. He said, man, I can handle the work. And he says, I couldn't handle the work. And I learned right away that I had to study harder to get to where I had to go. He says, so if you have a kid that you just accept them into a school and the grades are low, and the average kid in that school have, let's say, a 91 percentile, on their average, and you're letting kids in at 75 percentile. He said, you're probably going to hurt that kid more because that he can't keep up with the other kids unless he's prepared to step it up, right? And he may even drop out. He may not succeed because you let him in on the false qualifications or something like that, or you lowered the bar. But he could have went to a different college or a different school and succeed there, because let's say the average in that school is between 75 and 80, 85% or whatever. So he can push a little bit higher than where he was, right? But to put him in that higher rank just to fill a number, just to fill a quota, it's like, that's not a good idea. You're hurting the kid, because then he may just end up, he can't handle the work and give up and drop out. So it's like, instead of people thinking like, yeah, I could see clearly that makes sense. No, they're gonna say, no, you're being, that's racism or something like that. It's like, dude, all right. It's like, okay, fine. You guys, I can't talk to you because that's your go-to. You can't think beyond that. You can't think beyond this stuff. You Can't think beyond that. That's the only thing. Is that the only thing that you can think about, man? Can't see that there's a point there. That is a good point. That's a good point, man. It's a good point. You know? And then, and there's a long-term effect of something like that. A long-term effect of lower standards is that now we rise to our low expectations. Right? So whoever's coming behind those kids, he's like, oh yeah, I can just, yeah, don't worry, you don't have to study too hard, man. They'll let you in with just, you know, and now you rise to low expectations, man. That's not good for the kids. You know? God, I can't get this out. Give me a second. This is the last one I'm doing. I want to find out this has no power. Well, you know what? Let me test it first, man. Let me check this first because I've done it before. I didn't plug it in, damn it. And then I go all the way in and everything is fine. So we have no power. Now, with these kind of machines here, the power first hits the handle, circles around, hits the power switch, then the power comes down and turns on the motor. Okay? So, let's see. We have power. We have power. But this is what I'm going to do. Oh, wow. This is probably not a good thing right here. Okay, let's see if we can do something about that. I get the concept of this because you don't want it to yank out, but man, it kind of created a scenario. Let me turn this on and let me wiggle this real quick. You see that? No, this is not causing that. It turns on and it turns right off. Let's do that again. Interesting. Brienne, we got a mystery here. Let's do that one more time. Turns on and it turns off on its own. All right, let's do what we got. Oh yeah, bring it. This is what the this is what is there. This is what the channel lives for. This is it right here. Okay. This is it. This is a little mystery. I'm going to solve this. All right. Okay. This is tricky. Now, I think I know what it might be. But before I go there, before I make that assumption, let's open up. Let's do a little check. Okay? The first thing I'm going to do, what do you think I should do first? Let me see. That goes back to lowering standards in order. All right. To be more inclusive. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that, man. Whether it is. Look. While I do this, we have male and female sports for a reason. And to try to convince ourselves, right? And because we want to dance around topics and act as if men and women are just as strong physically, right? I'm talking on an average, not individual, because you have some individual women who are stronger than some individual men. I'm just talking about on average. I'm talking about intensity. I'm talking about muscle fibers. I'm talking about adrenaline, bone densities, all that stuff. There's a reason for that. Right? We're designed to protect the village, right? And go and kill monsters. So we have, so you may have, you may maybe have women's softball, men's baseball, women's baseball, whatever, right? weightlifting, etc. Running, women's running team, men's running team. It's not trying to... All right, I changed this. Same difference. Okay, so we can definitely rule out the cord, the extension cord here. Okay, right? So we have those for a reason. So yeah, you know, maybe to get on this team, the guy got to be able to bench press 250 or whatever, and the women's team, they bench press 80 or 100 or whatever it is. But let's not lower the standard for the men's team, so we can have a woman work on the men's team, and it's not sexist. It's just, dude, you don't. There's a real difference. So let's not do that. Let's not do that, and then you're gonna put this young lady in danger with these big, real crazy adrenaline fixed dudes, and then what you gonna do then when something happens, right? Okay, and the same goes for education, and the same goes for, you know, just about everything else. You know, it's like, man, I don't know. We just lost our minds. I mean, we got so enlightened to a point where we just got stupid. It's like, dude, man, what are we doing here? And why are we talking like if we don't know like reality or something? And then reality is either racist or sexist or something like that. It's like, come on, we don't need to do this. We don't need to act like this. Reality is reality. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're talking about mental capacity and being able to pass an exam and smart, then yeah, now we can compete at a whole nother level, right? And where we're on equal playing field here when it comes to math tests, boys and girls. A lot of smart girls that kill the boys because they work harder, they study faster, the whole deal. And some of the boys are just, you know, prefer to think about sports, and the girls are just like killing them in academics, right? So what am I gonna do? Lower the standards for the boys because the girls are beating them up in class in academics? No. Everybody needs this grade to pass, right? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to mess with this power switch to change this out, right? And see if this is a factor. Now, some of these Oryx come with a power switch with I believe it's a capacitor or something attached to it, and some of them don't. All right. It might be the power switch. It might also be the motor, but let's see. Right. So let's start with this. Let's start with the power switch. Now I noticed that this don't have that extra little. I believe it's a capacitor. I forgot what it is. Forgive me for that. But where's I have to go to my box. Hold on. Let me see if I just have a makeshift power switch here that I can just block out just for a second. Just for a second. And then we'll test it out and see if this one, if it does the job, okay? So I'm just gonna put something in as a filler for right now. Okay. I gotta get a different one. That guy's a little tiny little itty bitty weeny kind of dude. We need to get another one. Let me get one that's a little bit smaller. I just want to use come on. Just give me something I can use right now. Just so I can test this. Alright. Yeah, I'll use these guys. See? I just need something to test it real quick. I just want to test this guy. Give me a second. I didn't want to have to go to the back. And, okay, so all we're doing here is we're taking the power cord, right? The black live wire from the power cord. It's making its way. Oh, damn. You can't see. Here we go. So the live wire from the power cord is going to go and hit this power switch. Okay? Electricity waits until I connect them. When I connect it, the electricity continues. And it goes down to the motor. Okay? So that's all this power switch is doing. Very basic function. Okay? Plug it in, electricity comes. It's kind of sitting here in this car, waiting for the traffic light. Traffic light hits, which is your finger going like that. Okay? And when that happens, the car continues and it goes all the way down and turns on the motor. So what we're going to do real quick, we're going to plug it in. Let's make sure it's turned off first. Okay? Let's see what happens. Yeah, unplug it first. Brianna, you're quick. You're always quick. Okay, so here we go. Let's give it a shot. Is this switch bad or what? Might be a bad switch. Yep, might be a bad switch. Let me get another switch. Should have checked the switch to make sure the damn switch was good. Should have checked the switch, guys. I didn't check the switch. Come on. Let me see. Give me another one. I didn't want to have to go to the back. That's why I have a couple of little things up here. But if I have to, then I will. Come on. Like I have switches, but not the one that I need. I have like 4 prawn switches, 3 prawn switches. Have switches like these. You know, have some of these switches up here. So the one I need though specifically is for that. Okay, let me try this one. Let me unplug it. Let me unplug this. Here. Okay, let me try this other one. It's just a tester switch. That's all it's for. Come on. Let me test this switch real quick though. What the hell? This switch is supposed to be. Why is it even in my why is it even in my thing if it's not working? If it's not working, I need to toss it. Alright, let's check the switch real quick. It's not working. Toss! Junk! Okay. Let me test this switch here before I go anywhere. Alright. Hold on, let me turn this on. Alright, so we got. Alright, this switch works. Okay. Alright. So now, let's do our experiment. Turn it off. And then we're going to turn it on. And let's see. Whoa! It is not the switch. Okay. Now we need to go further down. We got a motor problem, folks. We got a motor problem. Okay. All right. Well, that eliminated that, right? That eliminated that. And I didn't, if you think about what I didn't do, which probably I should have done already, but the fact that it that the switch did work didn't eliminate that it was working temporarily, or that like it was locking and opening, like the door open like this. You ever had a door that's not like that, you know? So it didn't eliminate that. Did it thing on it comes off? So most likely both of these switches are not doing that. They're not just stopping and close and open, close and open. But let's assume both of these switches are working exactly the way they're supposed to work. If that's the case, then the problem lies down below. The problem is the problem is in the motor. Okay, so that's the assumption now. Okay. Problem is in the motor. Damn. All right. So we may need to, I don't know, we may need to get another motor, or we may need to see if there's another issue going on with that motor that can be fixed. If not, then it will just have to be replaced, which is probably the simplest route to go. All right. Okay. Yeah. So Brianne, the what do you call that? The vertical route that we like to take when we're doing the videos, it just has a broader reach. It has a bigger reach. Everybody finds it faster and easier. And these this long form style here, it's just honestly, it's really more for like if we had already a big, gigantic, established audience, or we're just uploading videos individually. But the live seem to work best when we're just doing the vertical through the cell phone, you know. So that's how that works. You said plug first. That's so cool. Yes, unplug it first. Listen, honestly, Brian, I've made that mistake, and yeah, I've made that mistake already. All right, so let's look inside this machine. Let's see how simple this is, and then I think we'll stop it there. All right, and we'll just knock this out real quick, and we'll stop it at that, and see what's happening with this motor. Why it's doing this? Bring this up a little bit now. There you go, buddy. Come hang out with us. All right. Okay, Brianne, so what's today? What's today? Let me see. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Ah, you silly. Yeah, I mean, you know, some days you have it like that, and some days, right? You know, some days it's like that, some days not. You know, it's fine. Some days it's like that, some days it's not. You know what I haven't really learned is that, oh wow. Take a look. Do you know what's so funny about these things? You know what irritates me about?
Let's see what my man's doing.
Hey man, how's it
Hello
going?
there.
How you doing?
I was just can you loan an old man a few bucks? I just need a few bucks. Just something to carry me through. Hello, neighbor. How you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Good,
How you
good. Tanya Fur, F-U-R-R. It's ready to go.
All right, well, let me.
Please get that vacuum for that woman. Good God.
I'm all set.
She's driving me nuts.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Man,
Oh, that's a good one. How much owe you for
it's
that?
looking good, man. It's looking good.
Look at there. I didn't know you had. I'll have to come up.
No, actually, I didn't have them before, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have
Well, I
them
got to do some business with you on something.
All right. Whenever you're ready, you know.
What is? That's a. That's a vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what you got here. Don't need none of that. Let's see what you got here. Chainsaw, gas stove. I got too many Oh God. You got some neat little stuff here. I need to.
Little knickknacks.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Skill saw. The things I don't need, I got to see. Look at there. just curious.
I know. Give me a second. Give me a second, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to stop you. No, you're making money over there.
Oh, no. It's not even that. It's not even that. I just want to double check something for you. This way
And I like that blower down there, that old Craftsman's blower.
Oh, this one here?
Yes.
I'll just pick it up and take it with you.
But how much is that? Am I gonna get a deal? I mean, just cause it's shiny doesn't mean I just go buy it. Well, I do.
That's what they hope people would do, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea. Let me see. Let me get you. I want to give you a really good deal on it, and then we go. And then
I'll send my boys
Then
up
you
there.
decide, you know.
But you know what? I have crews that do all that around my house now. I can't do it anymore myself.
Really?
I've slowed down tremendously, but I do need a blower. What's the blower?
All right.
Yeah, I used to do it
This
all
would be-
myself.
150.
No. And how much is the blower? Let me spit.
Okay.
Give me a good deal on the blower.
Alright, I'll give you a good deal on it right now.
Yes.
Let's see what we got. Blowers. 140.
I'll take the blower and I'll take that.
Thank you.
Yeah? I mean,
You're
I'm
awesome,
gonna do
man.
business with you.
Yes, sir.
Independent like this, and believe me. Oh man, there's something else I like a lot. My wife's waiting in the car out there. Dang, gum,
Is
I
she?
like
Yeah.
that table saw. This is nice.
Yes, it is.
All right, I'll take the two of them, whatever that comes to.
All right.
Oh, do you have the handle, the rest of that for that thing, the rest of the snoot?
You know what?
I bet it's in the box.
You know what?
I bet you don't.
I may. No, wait. Just give me 1 second on that. Let me see if I have another deal here. Because sometimes I'll have more.
I can take that.
Well, yeah, this way I can verify.
Oh, okay.
Well, how's this? That one is newer.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
So let me take that, and I'll give that down there to you.
Well, that looks brand new.
Well, let me pull the whole thing out.
No.
No, just so I can inspect it properly.
All I need is the rest of that blower there.
No, I'm talking
knob.
about this. Look, I'm talking about this guy.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
that's
need.
what I'm saying. I was just gonna take this guy. It looks like it's 2 parts.
Yeah. That's what I want.
It's a 2-part deal, but this one's going to use. So. All right. You know how to
Yeah,
work it?
yeah. That's good enough.
All right.
Don't
Okay.
worry about it. It's all
It's
there.
a deal.
It's all there. So I'll take the two.
All right.
Hey, darn, I should have drug my truck. You got some other stuff I'd like up here. You really do.
Yes, sir. Let me pull this up for you.
Okay. Let's see. Ah. Yeah.
How far you guys live from here?
You know where I live. Everybody knows where I live.
I'll say how far.
You go downtown Monroe. You go out like you're going to Weddington Road. That road.
Yeah.
Weddington goes that way. Waxhaw goes that way. That big old thing in the V. That big old historical mansion.
Oh!
That's me.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I spent a fortune on it.
I can imagine.
Oh,
gosh.
keeping it up.
How old is that?
128 years.
Holy cow.
But I had it completely redone. My wife likes it. I like it. And that's the end of the story.
Man.
And they ain't gonna annex me in, and the ain'ts are gonna do what I'm gonna let them do. But that's my place.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's just have to change a couple things here.
Okay.
Craftsman.
Something.
Craftsman, right? Yep.
I like this tea.
Man, all right.
I needed another one.
Okay. Add that to that, and that's it, man.
Mm-hmm.
said she gave you a tough time. Yeah, tell her it was my fault that it took so long.
It's okay. No. I appreciate you doing business with me. Everything's good.
Okay, good. All right, and add that over to it. Okay. All right. So this is.
I can't see it.
lower-
Just tell me the grand
All right.
total.
Okay.
All right.
40 plus 85. All right. 240. 19.
Mhm.
That's it.
Now wait a minute. Now do I use a card here or?
It's up to you.
Well,
You got 240. We just cut it even.
Yeah,
Save the 19.
yeah. Let's do this. Make it 140 and put that 100 against. That way you don't have to pay so much on your card. Your 2%.
Oh, okay. So let me do this. Let me do.
I own companies.
Ah.
So just put in there.
One.
It was 240, and I put 140 on this card.
Okay. Well, for this guy, I'm gonna have to still do it like that.
Okay.
Let's see if I can split it.
If you can't, you can put it all on this card. But I just hate to do that to you.
No, it's fine. And let me see if I can see if they allow me to. Sometimes they allow me to split. Split. There we go.
No, Lord, I can't barely use my telephone.
Ah.
But while you're doing that, I'll throw this in the car.
Yes, sir.
You still pushing buttons?
Yeah. 140.
How long you gonna be pushing buttons? We gotta make money.
Let me make sure this thing is done right. There you go. Sweet. Hey, Brian, I'll be right there. This guy's funny. This guy. All right. Use the
You
card.
good
on that.
now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use the card right there. That's
What
it.
it do with my car? There it is.
All right, just hover. There you go.
Everything good now?
Everything good now. And then I'm just gonna put print and then the 140 part.
You got your $100
Cash.
there.
Yes, sir.
You're all good?
I'm all good.
Neighbor, I can't thank you enough. That's
Thank
wonderful.
you,
I'll
man.
send my boys up here and see if they can't filter through a little something. They might need a little something.
All right.
Yeah?
Okay. I
Good to
appreciate
see you,
it.
neighbor.
Man, thank you.
Take
man.
care of yourself.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Oh man, it's funny that when I'm doing business here, I'm always thinking about coming back here, and so it's like it feels so. Like I said, it feels so weird conducting business while I'm like, okay, how much information can they give me while the camera's rolling, and then it's just like, okay, what are we doing? So that's why I may end up going in the evenings and just do the show in the evenings because it becomes a little bit funny. All right, so here's the thing, guys. These machines here, I'm trying to figure out why with this. I'm trying, why? Why do you even need this? Why do you even need this? Why do you even need this? Why do you need it? Okay? Because this is not like we're not working on 2 speeds here. It's not 2 speeds that we're working on. It's not, there are no headlights that we're working on with this thing. It becomes totally unnecessary to have this thing here at all. See what I'm saying? Yeah. He is funny, right? Let me see. So let me go back up top. So if you are American, you go to the bathroom, and you are American when you leave the bathroom, what are you when you're in the bathroom? Ah, damn, Brienne, you mess with me. The obvious answer is American, but it's not an obvious answer. So let me think. If you're American, my damn nails. My nails are all busted, man. I need to cut this damn thing. And I bought a nail clipper thing with me too. My nails are busted. Golly. I bought one and I totally didn't do nothing with it. But anyway. Put my damn gloves on. Yeah, my nails are horrible right now. I'm supposed to take care of my nails. So if you're American in the we're guys, right? Some guys don't give two crap, but I do. We have to work against our natural instinct of just letting our socks have holes in them. That's what guys have to do. So we got to work hard and try to stay neat. Let me think. If you're American in the bathroom, you're American. You're in the can. How's that? Is that it? Tell me I'm right. You're in the can. You're in the can. You're European. Ah! Okay, that's cool. That's better than in the can. In the can, I thought I had it. I really did. I thought I had it. Yeah, so that's the deal with this. I guarantee you that if all we did was wire the power cord to the motor, this thing wouldn't have a problem. What's shutting this thing off is this whole deal right here. Okay? So what I would end up having to do is do some tests on this to see what the hell's going on. Because what it looks like, let me see. Yeah, what it looks like, let me take this out. Let me see what's feeding into what. Okay? Let me see what's feeding into what. And what we have to do. And then to see if I have to order a part. See what kind of testing I'm going to have to do to see if this thing is actually working. Let me unplug. Yeah, no, it's already unplugged. Let me see if I can get this out. Can I get this out? I want to see the motor properly. I've seen this before, and I've done some work on this before, and I was always like, this was so unnecessary in my mind for them to even do this. And it could be for load, and it shuts the machine off if the load is too much, or if if it's a clog or something like that, because this is a sensor right here. I'm assuming that this is what they're using to determine whether or not this thing gets shuts off or not. That's what I'm assuming here. Okay. Like, for example, let me see something. I wonder if this is not even in there, what would happen to it, right? Like with tests, for science, right? Let's see something. Make sure it's not turned on. Let me put a screw back in this thing so it doesn't just fly all over the place. And it's probably more likely that it's not going to turn on, right? But let's plug it in. Does it even need this thing? Does it even need it? That's the same thing. Okay. All right. Okay, let me unplug it again. All right. And if this fuse was busted, it probably wouldn't have powered on at all. Right? I want to see what's underneath. But for someone who probably got one of these from online, eBay or something, and they noticed this, and then trying to find the part, they don't sell it anymore. That's where you would run into an issue. But I don't know if they don't sell it, so I'm not going to say that yet. Hold on. Okay, I just want to see where the power cords go first. Okay, so this is the main power cord. right? See this? Coming from the motor, all right? And then it connects to this, and then it leads back into the motor with this power cord here. Okay, this is what. So I guarantee you that if you were to cut this cord and this, and cut this and this, and combine these two, you wouldn't have a problem, guaranteed. Because right now I don't see the functional reason that you would need this guy here to do anything, because it's not going to make this clean any better. Okay, there's no lights. We don't have variable speeds. It's not a low speed and a high speed, and maybe it's there if you need a low speed or high speed. Maybe that's the purpose of having it here. Maybe some of them come with low and high, so this is installed. But this looked like a total waste of stuff. Totally not necessary, right? And this is what I was talking about before when I said there's certain things in a machine that I would hate that if that thing goes out, the whole machine is shot, because it was not needed at all, and now that thing is out, and now the machine doesn't work. And that's where that thinking was coming from. And this is exactly that same premise I was telling you, that this is not needed at all in order for this machine to work. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. Okay? Let me get this. You know what? Let me put this back first. Proof is always better. Okay? I'll just leave this over here. Actually, you know what? No, let me not do that. Let me have everything run as the way it was supposed to run, right? This way we don't want to rule out a brush having any influence on this thing, right? Let's do that. All right. So then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna cut it midway because we may have to end up splicing it back together again. Okay. So let me see, where was this running? This was running right here. Okay. So I'll cut it right here. And then I'll cut this one right here, because then if I have to rewire it again, then the cap is down on this side. Okay, so we'll do it like that to keep everything cool. So I'm gonna cut this here. I'm gonna cut this here. All right, and then I'm gonna cut this one here and here. Maybe I'll do one here, so we don't crowd this area, and I'll do one here. Nope, wait, time out. No, I have to do it here. I have to do it here. Yeah, I have to do it here because I can't do it too far back. It needs to be able to reach. So yeah, we can't have it like that. All right. Actually, no, I don't even need that. I don't even need that. I don't even need to worry about that. All right, so here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's get some easy peasy ones. We're gonna put these on real quick. All right, and after this, after I show you that, a lot of our stuff, I'm not even worried whether or not this is going to work or not. I know for a fact that this is not going to be. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to say, damn it, I was wrong. but I am 99% sure. All right, let's move this out the way. Let's move these out the way. I don't want them getting sucked up in the fan. All right, and let's just move this right. Let's just leave it right here. Okay. All right. I don't want anything getting wrapped up into anything. All right. Yeah. We'll leave it like that. All right. Good. All right. So let's do it. Let's do it. That's what I was talking about. So there are certain things that we put into our equipment today that absolutely are totally unnecessary. But when they go, they'll make sure our machine is not functioning. And it's just not productive. And that's where I come from with some of this stuff. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. If one of you guys have one of these machines or something like it, you'll see that that's, you know, there's some things that absolutely we can eliminate some of this extra fluff that are added to our equipment. And sometimes that extra fluff will clonk out, and the damn equipment is now no use to us. Okay? Just because of that thing, that sensor that detects the weather outside or some shit like that on your vehicle or whatever. All right, guys. That's it for now. I'm going to continue working today. I got some other stuff on my plate. Today was a little slow day right there. It was just AI, right? No, right? It was AI. Yeah, you know? Yeah. Oh, my gosh, man. You know, I'm going to find out specifically what this is for. How's that? I'm going to find out what it's for. My first step, the first responsible step is I'm going to see if I can probably just replace this. Now, some guys who are very good at circuit boards, they'll find out what, you know, nodes they have to replace, or when maybe you know, it's one of these things. It's not the. I don't think it's the resistor over here. And then, you know, that's the way you would operate on this guy here, and try to find out and to get your soldering iron and pop one out, put another one in, and fix the problem. Or you just buy a new one of these. All right, and then the last resort is Mrs. Johnson. Let's say there's a circuit board on this that is totally. At this point, for what you're using it for, unnecessary. I can bypass it and get your machine running again. Which route do you want to go? And that's kind of the way I would approach it. Okay, and that's that. Okay, guys. So if you like what you've seen here, if you like the channel, you want to support the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and do all that great stuff. All right. We didn't get the usual crowd here today, Brianne. But man, I like hanging with you, so you know that. That's what we always say around here when we see something that we don't like. Cake doesn't cause diabetes. That's AI. When we see something we don't like, cake doesn't cause diabetes. You know what's funny? You're right. I can see that. Because you can see when you're being sold something that is just not right. You know? You ever see those things where they kept changing? Oh my God, it was such a great scene. This guy did a skit where he went back in time, and then he was telling people, this is what you got to do, or something like that. And they're like, okay. And then he came back after they found out that this is not good for them. Then he says, okay, I need you to go back and eat steak. And then he went back, and then he says, all right, stop eating apples. All right. Okay, no, we found out that apples are not good for you. So he kept going back in time and kept revising the story. And that's kind of what happens with us in our society here. They sold us one thing. Then they just changed the food, what do you call that? Pyramid. Where they put a heavy emphasis before on grain and less emphasis on, you know, regular meats and proteins and stuff. And they flipped it now, right? But it makes sense because the bread, especially when guys tell you that the bread in Europe or Italy is different from the bread here. And he says the bread that you guys have here is like more like cake. Okay, so we would probably go there and say, man, you guys, you know, your bread is not as sweet as ours, you know, and not realizing that, yeah, because we're eating sugary stuff, Yeah. You just keep everything in moderation. Yeah. And there's some people, I mean, God bless you, you don't eat meat at all or whatever, and some people don't eat grains or whatever. You do your thing, but obviously moderation is important in everything that we do. But we tend to eat a lot more, and then we claim that we're in the worst scenario. I said, you guys have it so good, you overeat. You have it so good that you pack your carts with food like to the rim, and it only lasts you a couple of weeks. And for some countries, that big cart would last them months, because they don't, it don't work like that in those places. So anyway. But yeah, everything in moderation. And there's a lot of things in our food that we don't need, just like these machines I was telling you about. A lot of things that are just absolutely not necessary. But some people like them. There's some things that are sweet, and if you like sweet, eat sweet. Just know what you're eating, know what you're putting in, know what it's gonna do to you, and whatever. I slowed down on sweets on my own. It wasn't even, and it was no decision I made. It is a decision, but I just fell out of. It just became less and less enticing. I used to love pie. I used to love a good pie. I would heat it up, put ice cream on top of the pie, and it was like the best thing. You have a nice, good, warm pie with ice cream. I used to love cakes. Now guys, we go to a birthday party, have cakes, and it's like, no, I'm okay. I don't want the cake, because I really don't want the cake. Now, if the cake is like banging, right? Something about the cake, then you can't stop me. I'm gonna keep eating the cake, but it's not something it's not a go-to thing anymore. The sweets, it's chocolate. I used to love Snickers, chocolate bars, and stuff like that. I would go to the store specifically to buy Snickers. Now maybe if the kids do, what do you call it, trick or treat or whatever, I don't know. Maybe I'll grab one. I have a thing of candy right here, right, for the customers, right. It's a thing of candy. So they come in, they got a big take one, and they'll eat the candies or whatever, But when I was younger, I probably would have ran through this thing myself. I would have been like every day. I'm like, But it's just so it's not even like I have to talk myself out of it. It's just that it's just not there. So that's just what happened. It's just over time. I guess you just stuff like that. Moderation is good though. All right, Brianne, I'm gonna be out of here, girl. All right. This weekend I'm gonna be working on that board, so I'll have the camera on it, and we'll do it. Today I have another game to go to. One of my nieces, so she has basketball, so I'll be doing that during the evening. So I'm not gonna be able to do it, but either tomorrow or Sunday I'll be doing the board. So look out for that. Rest of you guys, see you guys later. Brianne, let me see. Last name Wayne. I eat half a gallon of ice a day, every day. Yeah, ice cream. Yeah, all the vegetarians out there claiming to be saving the animals. They're just really eating all those animal food. Do you know, for like 2 years, my wife and I had ice cream every night. And she was trying to lose weight, and she lost weight doing it. And we would get like lemon and squeeze lemon on top of it or whatever. But every night, ice cream. Just since 2 weeks ago, we would do it with the ice cream with the waffle cone. And we eat ice cream. Ice cream is fine. I eat dulce de leche ice cream. So that kind of sweet I still get into, ice cream. banana split, stuff like that. When we first met, that's what we used to eat together. Now, you get the one big banana split. We went to Baskin Robbins in New York, and we just eat ice cream, going on a date, stuff like that. We thought that was cool. So we still do that. But yeah, she ate ice cream every night, and it for some reason it helped her lose weight. And she's not a big person, but she wanted to be like the weight when she was in her 20s. And she ate ice cream every night, and it helped her lose weight. I'm like, how'd you do that? You're not sharing your ice cream? Yeah, well, yeah, no, we we have our own cones. Now, how is this? Honestly, this is what happens. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens, and I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens, right? She would eat her ice cream. I know that she's gonna eat her ice cream first, and I'm down to here. That part of the cone, because by that time the ice cream kind of sunk down to the bottom of the cone, and I'm just like, and I'm watching her, right? And I already know that, I know what's coming. So I just like, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. I already know what's coming. Same thing with my coffee. If I'm drinking coffee or something, I already know. I already know what's coming. I'm like, all right, here you go. You can have the rest of that. Oh, man. Hey, you're going to keep me on here all day, Brianne. I'm going to have to get out of here. I'll talk to you later.
Yes!